Wolf Gang, we back in this thing. Back with a brand new video for y'all. This is for those people who are going through a season right now where you feel alone, you may feel isolated. It's certain times in our lives where God allows us to be isolated from everybody. He allows us to fall into circumstances where we have to be alone. But being alone is necessary because we have to be alone in order for us to grow. Sometimes we be in environments or we be in relationships, we be in friendships, we be in, different type of situations where we're not able to be our best selves, or we get too comfortable and we stop trying to elevate. We stop trying to grow. So then life happens and it puts you in a situation where you're forced to be alone, where you're forced to be separated. Well, you got to be separated in order to be elevated, right? You have to be separated in order to be elevated. Because when you're separated, it gives you a chance to really work on yourself, really work on your flaws, really work on your goals, really define your purpose and chase after your purpose. See, it gives you a chance to reassess life, right? Reassess the things that's important, reassess the things that maybe, you kind of forgot about. Now's the time to get back to doing the things that you were supposed to do, but you may have fell off a little bit. We all go through it. There's a season for separation. It's a season and a time to be alone. So I'm just here to put this video out because, I don't want people to get discouraged. I myself, when I go through periods of isolation, I know, you really got to do a lot of positive self-talk. You really got to remind yourself that this is necessary. It's needed for me to grow and to reach the place that I need to reach. Because everybody can't come with you, and everybody's not meant to come with you. Everybody don't know your struggles. Everybody don't know your story, your journey, right? So that's why, sometimes you got to get away from everybody. You got to get away from the distractions just so you could get back on track and focus on what you need to be focused on. Whether that's your career, that could be health wise, getting in shape, that could be just, whatever it is that you're committed to in this moment. But being alone don't mean that you have to be lonely. Because like they say, hey, if you alone when you by yourself, that means you're in bad company. You shouldn't feel alone when you're or you shouldn't feel lonely when you're alone, you know. You could still be in good company with yourself. You could still get things done. You could still work on hobbies. Do the things that, you enjoy doing. That's what this time is for, right? Especially for those just getting out of a relationship. If you just getting back to being single again, that's what this time is for. It's time to get back to you. Because chances are you may have lost yourself in that relationship, or your identity may have became connected to that person, right? So when we separate, it gives us a chance to reconnect with ourselves, to get back to what we love doing. Because the most important relationship we have is with ourselves. And we got to remember that the biggest project we have is ourselves. That's what we should be working on daily, right? Daily, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all that. Getting 1% better daily. That's what really counts. And also, when you isolate, you kind of take a step back, right? You take a step back and you see the bigger picture. You know, sometimes you got to take a step back to see, okay, am I on the right path? Am I going the way I'm supposed to be going? Um, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? You got to take a step back sometimes to realize those things. Because when you caught up in the swirl, when you caught up in everyday life, it could become overwhelming. It could become overwhelming when you're in the middle of everything. So that's why it's great to be alone. We gotta cherish these moments where we're just by ourselves, and because those are the moments where you figure out who you truly are. And once you figure out who you truly are, then the world can't tell you who you are. Outside expectations won't matter. The standards set by people around you won't matter, right? What's going on in society won't matter. We know it's chaotic right now in the world. We know that the world, it could be a scary place sometimes. But if you root it inside, if you root it internally, then when the storm comes, when the wind blows, then you will remain strong. You will remain still. Stillness is needed. That's another thing. You have to become still in order to reach that eternal stillness. You got to be stillness. So you got to be still sometimes. Pray, meditate, whatever. But you got to be still. You got to slow down. It's very necessary, very important. Sometimes it's easier said than done. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, it's just easy just to be by yourself and cut off the world. I'm not saying all that. But the things that's hard are the things that's necessary for us in order to grow, in order to elevate. All right. So that was just a quick video, just a quick reminder. Just want to spread some encouragement to those going through maybe an alone season right now. It's okay. It's just a season. It's temporary and it's much needed for you right now. When you come out, when you focus on yourself and you figure out the things you need to figure out, you're going to be much better for it, right? So if you made it this far, I want you to type separate to elevate, because that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Like, comment, subscribe, give your boy some feedback. To the next video. It's lit.